All right, everybody, you guys are in for a treat. We are with the Blaze team today, so stay tuned all the way to the end because we got something pretty exciting for you. And here we go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave. Welcome to another exciting episode of Crypto Awesome, where crypto is simplified and awesomeness is amplified. And today we are joined by the Blaze team. Guys, Blaze has some really awesome things happening. We're going to be talking a little bit about, this is Titan X, built on Titan X, right? So Blaze is like basically, there's not a lot of people talking about Titan X right now. And I know there's a lot of hardcore believers. I'm one of them. I got my green circle. But, let's talk a little bit about up front. What are some of the benefits of Blaze? Because you guys are about to launch. So what are some of the benefits of Blaze for people who don't really know about you guys yet?
Yeah, I mean, hi everyone. Anyway, I'm Bad Sports. The benefits are, it's exciting. It's exciting new protocol. It gives a bit more sort of game theory to the auction process, and still sticking with a fair launch narrative, and something we feel quite strongly about. And we're just trying to make something fun, exciting, but also possibly very rewarding. We've got very large percentage ETH. Reward pools for stakers. There's a lot of game theory and strategy around how you can mint the Blaze token through the auctions, and is it better early, is it better later? There's a lot in there and a lot to unpack, and we'll I'm sure we'll get through that today. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing. So basically, there's ways to play a fun game and possibly win some cool stuff, but also there's I guarantee there's going to be strategy around gameplay, and possibly we could maybe talk about some potential gameplay strategies a little bit later. I think people might be interested in that, what you guys think, and a couple ways people can think about this game theory wise. But let's start with let's just introduce yourselves, because you guys are a team of multiple people. We have one team member who is they're going to be jumping on soon, hopefully.
He's in the green room now, Dave. If you want to bring him through.
Oh, he's in the green room. I'm so sorry. The stage. There we go. We got Steve DeFi here. Guys, I'm just learning this platform, so sorry about that, but I got you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here. We got the whole team.
Absolutely brilliant. Really appreciate you bringing us on your show. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, same here, guys. You guys are doing some really fun stuff. You guys are very, very inspiring to me as entrepreneurs building in, crypto. I mean, it's the future of civilization, in my opinion. But you guys are doing it in a fun way. You're really kind of jumping in for people to have fun and also be involved. And so I like what you guys are doing, especially you guys got a cap supply, you got some fun stuff. But let's just start with introducing the team. You guys got 3 people on the team. We got Scotty, we got Bad Sports, we got Steve DeFi. So whoever wants to start, let's just introduce yourselves, a little bit about your background and how you guys got together as a team to build Blaze.
Yeah, I can go with that. I mean, there's 8 of us, so you got 3 of the 8 tonight.
There's 8. Awesome. Okay, you guys got a big team. Right on.
Yeah, 8 founders. We all met way back when Jake was getting people together to look into sort of inside his mastermind and some sort of discussions we all had together. Titan X was coming up. We was all learning about Titan X and putting in our opinions and thoughts on that together. And Titan X went live, and the opportunity was there for us to all get together and build something exciting. And it was really funny, actually. Steve was one of the first guys to reach out with the idea, and Steve, you can probably jump into that, how you reached out to everyone. That's quite a funny story, I think.
Yeah, because we're in Jake's mastermind, so we've known each other for 2 years, and it was actually a protocol. It was like I forget the name of the protocol, but there was this protocol who made a white paper, and I read it. I thought, oh man, I know we can do way better than that. I could do way better than that. And so I just wrote a comment in the group and said, hey, who wants to join me on a journey and make a protocol for Titan X? And then the first 8 guys that joined were the team. So that's how it was. And we had to cap it at 8. I mean, we could have capped it a bit sooner, but there was so many people wanted to come in, and then we had to cap it, and then there was more people that wanted to come in. So we had to cap it somewhere. So it ended up at 8. So that's how it is. But all the guys that came, I already knew them, and they were probably the most active guys in the mastermind because they saw the message.
That's great, because I mean, that having a team of active people, the first 8, that's probably a really good idea. But it's also like making sure that as you build your team, that everybody on the team has very specific, differences and stuff, and like they everybody can kind of contribute in their own ways. I built teams too with a whole bunch of friends at times, and it's like then it kind of gets into that like, oh crap, we got to fire a friend, like that sucks, but if everybody's contributing in different ways, then obviously that team, it's like a band, man. It's like that's why bands have a hard time staying together over the years, because it's like there's so many different personalities in the group. But you guys are doing some great stuff. I think there's a common thread here with Titan X, which is super cool. We got a small, strong, powerful core team here, core Titan X group of people. But small and powerful is really awesome. And you guys are even making Titan X more powerful because you guys are building on it, just like some of the other amazing builders out there. So, hey guys, we got 17 viewers right now. We got the Mo saying what's up. We got the community is the 9th man. Oh, well, yeah, exactly. Right. Totally. We got Arrow here. We got Ali Kane, Rain Man. Yeah. So anyways, that's what I'm just saying. You guys build a great team. So it's pretty awesome. You guys got 8 people. You guys working in unison, which is why you can develop something that's, kind of bigger than life. I mean, you guys are doing something here that's, there's nothing like it yet. Right.
Yeah, right. And it's also a foundation of fun. I mean, we said that at the beginning, and we kind of have that attitude throughout. It's a foundation of fun, because if it's not fun to do, it's like there's no need to do something like this. But 8 guys, massively different backgrounds, and someone might say there's too many cooks in the kitchen or too many cooks for the broth, but there's a lot of different background of entrepreneurship and business coming in, so it's great to have that perspective. And a lot of, we have an idea, it can be shot down, people can be railed in, quality can come to the surface, and it's a good way to discuss good ideas together. So
that's awesome.
Absolutely,
that's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to the Mo. He's our number one fan in the community. I think he does a lot for us. He's been putting out some brilliant artwork and stuff and content this week. So yeah, he's always there. Good.
I'm gonna shout out to Mo too. Mo's, you're amazing, bro. Love everything you do. Praying for you and your family, and you're just an amazing dude. So appreciate being on the team with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
I've watched your. I mean, I saw you streaming right from the beginning. Or I think from the beginning, almost the beginning of Titan X, Crypto Awesome. It's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I started day 63. That's when I got my first miners, and I just read the white paper. And I kind of wanted to start my crypto channel, but I didn't really was like, I wasn't going to talk about XRP. I wasn't going to talk about other stuff, but Titan X just got my interest and my ETH. Yeah. But, are you still bullish? What's your thoughts? Are you pivoting to something else? Are you
me?
Are you still
okay.
In the ecosystem,
where talk about Titan X here real quick. I am bullish personally, but also I'm a long-term guy now. I'm not. I like the short-term fun stuff. like short-term fun stuff's great. And actually, I've never been into short-term fun stuff. This is the first year I'm saying, oh, there's a couple things we can do to play things here now. But I've always kind of been more like, I'm in crypto. I don't want to be in dollars. I want to be in crypto, and I want to find cool projects. Also, I am a builder. I'm just not a coder. And so I got my own ideas. I actually have, I'm a film producer. And so what I'm doing right now is I actually have a project that I'm working on that is going to be able to allow not only the people working on a movie or song or book or whatever, but also the audience to own parts of the movie. So it's really basically a virtual crypto studio. But I mean, it's a lot. And when I'm building the white paper for that, I'm like, well, I better play some games. I better see how this GameFi stuff works, see what works, see what doesn't work. We're at the base of the bull market. So I want to provide value for the community and for other people. I'm talking about stuff I'm interested in. So I'm not like being paid by anybody to do this show, but I've always been interested in Titan X. And so as soon as I jumped in, I'm like, I'm going Titan X. I'm throwing that green circle on. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to do it. And, and then it's like, I don't want to pull the green circle because it's not about like, I like the community. The green circle looks cool, but I like the community. I am still bullish. I'm very bullish on the stuff built on Titan X, Dragon X, Baby Dragon X, Helios. I mean, Titan Legends, even, exactly. Titan Legends. I mean, Rudy's doing some other stuff, learning some new stuff, not letting the base explosion go to waste, and he's learning some fun stuff. He was going to be, and I think he's coming back to Legends. I think there's a time when it's going to be the right timing because we are in that, people didn't realize when you're playing a hyperinflationary game. See, the thing about the US dollar is that the hyperinflation is completely hidden from everybody, and everybody acts like it's not even there. It's like, but it's totally there, and it's ridiculous. And there is no cap. There's no graph. All their numbers is total BS. And so it's like, when you look at Titan X, we get to see a picture of hyperinflation. However, it leads to hyperdeflation. Now, the crypto market is extremely up and down, and things move at such a fast pace that, I can't get jammed up about hype or not. If you want to play the hype game, you get to jump in and out of coins and maybe make some money or maybe lose the money. But I have a long-term horizon on crypto in general, and I have a long-term horizon on Titan X. I mean, I want to see what happens in November, December, and my miners are set up for that anyway right now. So I'm just playing the games, excited about everything building on top of Titan X, I did some fun arbitrages, getting into Dragon X with some of my liquid Titan while Dragon X was down. So it's like, what can we use our Titan X for? And so I have a little bit of Titan X left, and I would rather play with it than sell it. I don't want to sell it. Like, that's the stupidest thing I could do right now because it's down. And I would rather, if I don't hold it, which holding is fine, but if I don't hold it, I would rather do something with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And, not talked about so much, but one thing you can do with your Titan X, if you want to hold it, is just put it in the liquidity pool and get some fees.
See, actually, guys, I need to be part of some kind of a group. I need someone to tell me what to do. And I have no idea about this stuff. I literally just think crypto's the future. And you're right. Yes. I need to do that. So if you can give me some resources on how to learn how to do that, and then I will, I also don't want to jump. I don't want to do things that I'm unaware of. I have to actually know what I'm doing before I do it, unless it's a very small amount of money. I can test something.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm totally down. That's a great idea. So I will talk to you afterwards, and you can tell me how to do that.
Absolutely. Just basically for the viewers too, at least a few months ago, that it was over 1,000% APR in the liquidity pool with a kind of a broad range. Of course, it's very volatile. And that was one of the reasons. So you can have a permanent loss where your initial is less because of the price going down. But it's not a bad strategy, especially on a V3. If you want to hold your Titan X and don't mind it, it's always worth doing a lot of liquidity providing with coins you like. And
Yeah,
the
because
worst
that's
case
cash
scenario,
flow. I mean, cash flow is the most
it
important
is.
thing, actually.
It absolutely. And one of my strategies at the top of the bull, because I'm going to sell at the top of the bull to buy back, because I believe in the 4-year cycle in some variants.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm looking at cycles now. This round.
Oh yes, good. And it's a fascinating. Is it going to be left translated? You know, it's very interesting, but I plan to yield farm with stables until the next bear and then buy back. And
so at the top of the bull, which I'm gonna call like March, April next year. In my idea of the top of the bull.
Yeah.
But that's only because I'm looking at the last 3 cycles and it literally lines up. Like one year after halving is the exponential blow off top. And then everybody's going to say, it's a hyper cycle. It's going to be 2 cycles in one. And everybody's going to stay in and it's going to collapse again.
It goes up. That peak can be days. When it goes up, it's days. Let me give you this website. I share this to everyone. It's one of my main tools. It's how I buy.
You want to share your screen?
Oh, I sent the link. If you want to press.
Oh, you sent me a link.
Okay, in the chat. I sent the link in the private chat. Yeah, you can open that, and this is such a cool tool that. Because I'm not a trader, I'm like an investor more in crypto.
Oh yeah, dude, I've seen this. I've seen this number.
Yeah. Oh, Colin, it's by Colin Talks Crypto, great guy to follow. But if you scroll down, this is a CBBI index. So the higher it is, the closer it is to the bull market top, and the lower it is the bear market bottom. And so a good strategy is buy below 10. Or DCA in below 10 and start DCAing out above 90. So when this hits 90, I'm going to start. That's when I plan to start DCAing out. And if you can see historically, it shows when the tops spike and they go quick. Those tops can be just weeks or days. It's phenomenal. You think you're at the top and it can go way higher, but it's so hard to pick the top. So best strategy is DCA out. And it's going to be one of the hardest things if you've got a bag of crypto is to sell. I mean, even the last year, how many times have I watch the bag go up and watch the bag go down? I mean, massively. Hex. I mean, Hex, I got in below 2 cents before Pulse Chain. And then, it did like an 8x, which is big if you're putting everything in there. And I watched it go up and then we watched it go down. And we, as a group in the Jake's Mastermind, had this plan to start selling at a certain point. It just never reached that. But if I was just I'm becoming more disciplined to sell, to DCA out, to take profits. So yeah,
Steve, I'm going to be front running you on this CBBI chart then.
Go 89.
Yeah, no, you are right. I completely agree with that. I mean, I think we got to be willing to get out. I know I have such a long-term mindset, but when you have a long-term mindset, but then you can see the macro patterns a little bit better, then it's like you don't have your bags. See, the best strategies, you bloat your bags, sell in a stable, and do any strategy that you're going to do as you ride the market down, like what you just said, a yield farm, and then exactly. So if I'm looking at times, because I had money to put in the market also, like at the bottom of the bear, and I put it somewhere else instead of crypto. And if I would have found that bottom of the bear. So it's like, you gotta kind of find the macro market tops. And then when there's blood in the streets, you convert those macro market tops into a stupid amount of coins at the bottom. And,
absolutely,
if you can play those macro cycles through 2 or 3 cycles, the problem is people want it so quickly, but it's like, it's more of a 10-year play. It's like 2 to 3 cycles will get you to that generational wealth. If you play the game right, cycle 1, everybody screws up. Everybody sees their bag blow to $1 million and then it goes down to like $4,000 and you're like, hold on, what just happened?
Yeah.
But then it's like cycle 2, if you learn some lessons, maybe you can capture some of that. Cycle 3, you probably lost enough money to be able to like say, I'm gonna make some money this round.
Yeah. You know, Scotty.
I was just going to say that's the exact position I've been in. I didn't learn anything from cycle 1. Did the exact same thing, held through cycle 2. So I'll be I've been listening to Steve this time around, and I'll be looking at that index for when to get out on this cycle 3.
Yeah, it's a great tool because it combines many indicators all into one, which is interesting. And there's another indicator that's really good to DCA in along with this. It's a guy in Invest Answers, a guy called James, and he has a number of indicators. He's got this indicator called DCA on steroids. And if someone was to DCA through the bear market every week, or use this James's indicator to DCA in, you'll end up with 3x higher position.
Is this it?
That's Invest Answers, yeah. And the products, go to products. These are some really, really nice indicators. That's it, DCA on steroids. So that's a great tool to DCA in because you end up having more when you're DCAing through the bear. But you know, the time to DCA in was through the bear, and then rotating into assets which are going to do better. Because I tell you what, one of my plans is, I've been doing for the last month, is Tesla. I think Tesla is going to be massive. Nice. I know this is a crypto show, but I love Tesla right now.
Nice. Yeah, I'm my assets are land. I'm going into land, building a glamping retreat in Tennessee. So I'm just building and expanding and growing there because, and you know, people get discounts by using Titan X. Come stay. So there we go.
You serious?
Real world use cases.
That's great. I'll tell you what. You mentioned about the movie that you're making. I thought it was fascinating how you're going to sell parts of the movie and how that turns out. It's interesting. It might, because it reminded me of like some NFTs.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Yeah. I wouldn't mind even just jamming on that with you at some point because, this is also why I'm in this doing this because I need to meet the right people to help me build this thing. I mean, it has to be the right people. Like, you know, and ultimately, I not only need information, I got to get into these games. I got to lose some money. I got to win some money. I got to, you know, see what works, what doesn't in order to really make that thing work. Because I don't want it to be gambling. I want people to be involved in ownership of the films that we also release. That's and it's you know what? Yes. How do we release it with NFTs, with a limited amount of NFTs for tickets? And those NFTs can definitely be so people could sell their ownership in their movie on the market. And so then once we do this and we have 30 or 40 movies now that are all trading against each other on the market beneath the studio. Now we're actually going to have some fun stuff about, hey, I'm going to bet on this movie. I'm going to hold my tokens that I earned. I don't want to actually sell them into dollars. And I'm just going to bet on this movie, you know, the long term of it, or maybe it's a shorter term plays. I'm not sure how it's all going to turn out, but I want to right now, dude, if you make a movie in Hollywood or any kind of art and you try to go sell it. So say you put 150, 200K, $1 million, you grab some money from other people and make a movie. Like the studio takes all the profit. Always. The studio owns everything. Always. And they own the artists. It's just not. It doesn't culture creativity and allow creators to grow. And I don't need to be the one making all the money. I actually don't even need that much money to live. I just want to create a system. Like you guys are creating a system. This is why it's inspiring. You guys are creating something that other people can play and enjoy. So this is also and win, you know, and fun game theory. So you guys are doing some great stuff. I mean, my vision is my vision. It's a long-term one. And that's actually launching it is going to be key. That's why I'm going to wait till next cycle. I'm going to be building after, you know, I'm figuring it out all logistically and then up to the top of the bull when I liquidate. And then I'll be building through the bear and launch kind of like what Jake did before the bull, you know, right at the base of the bull. I think it's a good time to launch, like 2027, basically, like October.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminded me like Pudgy Penguins because that's one of the NFTs, which you actually own the IP right to. That you have the right to put it on the t-shirts, to worldwide distribution of this NFT, Pudgy Penguin, which is one of the top NFTs. And Pudgy Penguins like select certain NFTs and they put them in Walmart, and the creator gets the
very cool.
It's fascinating what they do, as well as if there's an NFT community, it's a good people to reach out to and give bonuses from other projects to connect them to people. So
right, exactly, right. There's so many things I have no idea where this could go, but when you build it at the base of artwork, like then we could do everything. We could bring it into like actual physical artists too that have paintings, and we could NFT their physical art, which is what I love what Chonk is doing right now with Rudy, because he's pairing the NFT with a token, a liquid swappable token, but it's a deflationary aspect on a game too, because you have to pay the tokens to swap in and out of the Chonk tank. So it's like the token supply reduces, but it's paired with a token. So something like that, each movie we launch will be paired with its own currency, its own token, and will be released through NFTs somehow. So people can own tokens or NFTs, and they will have ownership in that project. And bands could launch. We could do crowd funds where filmmakers who want to get their movies launched. It's like there's a really lot of ways that this could enter the real world, and I think this cycle is going to be a big bull market, but we're going to be getting into utility here next cycle. I think a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, you buy a band NFT, you get a free ticket to their concert or discounts. There's so much that can be done to use NFTs. It's not in the mainstream, or it's not used a lot for these type of purposes.
We got to make it easy for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, Titan X made it easy for me. I mean, all I had to do was have a MetaMask and have ETH in it, and it's like, then I could mine Titan X. Titan X made it so easy for me to do it. And you know what doesn't make it easy for me to do it, unfortunately, but I'm sure it's easy. I just don't know how to do it yet, is Pulse Chain. It's like, there's like 7 steps. Titan X, like MetaMask, ETH, boom, done. And it's like, so ease of use, and actually just getting a MetaMask is not necessarily like the easiest thing to do for normal people. It's like, and then getting ETH into your MetaMask, it's like, just to get there, you got to have a little bit of knowledge, a little bit, not a lot, but you got to be willing to take some risks.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first time that I went decentralized from a centralized exchange, it was a big stepping stone. Like in 2019, 2017, I was in centralized exchanges, and then that step it's a big step when you start getting into self-custody, and even sending from address to address. I'm like, is this going to work? And I was waiting. At the time I was sending Bitcoin. It's like it took 20 minutes later, it's not arrived. I think, did it work? Did it not work?
I know, dude.
That trust has to be established just in a decentralized world, connecting to an app, doing a swap on Uniswap. I mean, that it takes faith in a way, and then at first.
And it also takes faith in the founders, and that's why I like, you guys are showing great ethos of doxing, and you guys are saying, hey, this is who we are, this is what we're doing. We got white papers. We're going to do a fair launch. We're going to launch out there where people can be aware of the launch that's coming, and then, hey, they got a couple days or 48 hours or whatever, something to plan.
Absolutely.
So, I like your ethos. Let's talk about enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you guys think about me? No, I'm just joking.
Awesome.
All right on. No, let's talk about you guys seriously. But so how do I get to your white paper? Show me how to get there. I want to get it up on screen here.
Go to docs.titanblaze.win, and what you said about the fair launch. That is something that we're actually striving to do. We're trying to think of ways to make it as fair as possible. Like, we want the contract in the people's hands before any liquidity pool is made, or anyone has the option to auction. Maybe it will take a few hours, maybe a few minutes, but we want everyone to have the opportunity to have the contract and have the opportunity to buy like everyone else, and
Yeah.
and nothing secret, because there's games that can be done on chain. You know, you can find out the contract before and then start messing around. And I've seen some launches like that. I've seen oh look, the liquidity pool was formed and the first buy happened and it's on chain, and then the website's live. I've actually observed that happen. So we don't want that happening, even by accident. You know, even someone who's really interested in Blaze finds the con. That's why we're going to put the day of launch is probably going to be like several contracts, just to throw, you know, let's say malicious actor out, because when the website's live, that's when go, and that's when it's fair. Everyone can have at it and do their thing. So
do you guys have a launch date yet, or are you guys still working on that?
We have a launch date in mind, and it's soon, but it's just that we don't want to say it until the audit has been stamped. Boom.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, so that's the reason. But it's soon, and these audits are going to be done in a week.
So you guys are so great. So you guys are getting audits. You got audits and contracts right here. That's good. Yeah, so that's really nice.
What I want to do is backtrack on the dates. For sure, we're going to wait till we get that last audit stamped with all the testings done. We're all happy.
Yeah.
Then we'll release the date, and we've seen a few launches where you give a date, it gets moved, it gets pushed out, everyone gets frustrated, and we don't want that for the community. We want everyone to be, you know, feeling positive about the launch and excited as we are, you know.
Yeah, we've all been there, but thank you for doing that. Appreciate it.
I think you lose people too. You say a date, you don't make it, you kind of lose a few people, and then they keep dropping off.
Because everything's based on trust nowadays, and nobody trusts anybody until, and especially if there's a little bit of, it's like, hey, you know what? Don't say a date till you're ready to launch, because nobody really cares. Like, hype is fine. Like, keep building hype until you actually absolutely sure you're going to launch. And and everybody else is totally fine with that. I mean, as founders, it's hard because we want to push it out. I mean, we're cranking, we want to get it out there, but it's also like, you know, it's got to be right. And especially, you know, what you guys are doing, because I mean, it's code that's going to just keep running. So you got to make sure it's. Have you guys done? Are you guys going to do multiple audits? Or you going to do one and they're just like, they keep telling you what to fix, then you kind of keep fixing it?
Multiple audits.
Okay.
And so it's going to be double audited, double security audited, another audit for functionality, and we've already done an internal audit which has passed, but we're not going to publish the internal. So we're basically saying 2 security and 1 functional.
Awesome, man. Right on. Yeah, that's great. That's excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, you got to understand, with the viewers here, we have 72 viewers on this live stream right now, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. Comment in the descriptions what your questions are for the Blaze team, guys. This is a revolutionary TitanX built on TitanX project. Now there is, I mean, an ETH pairing though, too, with your game, because that's how, I mean, the gas. I mean, you basically play the game with ETH, but you could win. Well, you okay. So, anyways, give me the quick rundown. I'm not going to do it justice. Give me the quick rundown of what ultimately is Blaze. And guys, you're going to want to stay till the end, because we're going to look at the UI. We're not going to. It's not ready, but we're going to check it out, and we're just going to see what it. Hopefully, I think you guys were saying that the UI might simplify this chart here, just because people can see how it will work. We don't have to actually utilize it yet because it's not ready to be used yet, but you guys can. They're gonna show it to us, so stay tuned for that. But first, before we do that, let's just give a quick rundown of what is Blaze and why is it awesome.
Blaze is simple but very deep, and a lot of nice aspects. But it's simple, and it's in top thing is it's a daily auction game with staking, and that's really it.
Cool. Okay. Daily auction game with staking. Okay.
Yes. Josh,
what's Blaze? Yeah, no, it's sort of covered at the beginning, but just it's going to be super fun, super exciting. We want to give value back to all the Blaze participants. You know, that's why we made the staking pool so large. 64% of all the Ethereum coming into the protocol is going into the stakers reward pools. Sorry, my voice is really breaking up. But yeah, we let's get into the white paper. We can run through a few bits.
Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go in the white paper?
Go right to the front page there, Pumpermentals. We'll look through that. So yeah, staking pools. Everyone's staking. We've got reward pools that are paying out in real ETH. Real ETH yield. We're going through that narrative that it's real yield. It's Ethereum. It's blue chip coin. Everyone wants to get hold of it, and that's our real draw for the user is to come in and ROI on that. We've got 8 days, 88 day, 288, and the Diamond Hand Club, which is the 888 day payout pool. We pushed out quite a lot of value into that pool, which you could imagine that after 888 days there could be a fair chunk of Ethereum in that pool.
That's pretty cool because that's what'll give you longevity. Because then it's like, okay, 2 cycles from now, people are gonna be like, okay, there's a lot of money in this pool now. We're gonna keep. So could you keep getting in all the way up to before that day?
No,
you've got 1 year.
Yeah,
1 year.
Got 1 year.
Oh, you got 1 year, so you have to be diamond hands. You got to buy within the year and hold for like 2 cycles.
Yeah, I mean, you so the way to get into that pool is you've got 365 days, like Steve says. You need to max stake 4,000 Blaze tokens.
Cool.
So the max stake length is 2,888 days. So you will be locked in. You'll be locked in. You'll be forced to be diamond handed, which is good.
Which actually, so you guys are talking in different numbers. It's kind of like when we're talking about U.S. government, they're talking in trillions of dollars. We're talking Titan X, we're talking trillions of Titan X. Okay, let's talk here a little bit because you guys are talking in numbers of like thousands. So what's your where can I get that? How much? What is this capped supply?
Yeah, it's capped supply. 11 million. We've capped it at
11 million. See, 11 million, guys. So I like that. That's hugely bullish to me. 11 million total capped. I mean, yeah, that's a totally different. So this is intended to kind of be like the gold. Like, what is this intended to be? Like, is it? I guess obviously it's intended to hold and stake long term. I mean, seems like it's intended to be a long-term project because of your staking and because of that 888 pool.
Yeah, well, there is 3 other pools every 8 days, every 88 days, every 288 days, and they're the standard pools. Which, if you stake for up to 88 to 2888 days, you get an increasing share rate of the pool the longer you stake of those 3 pools. But the 888 day pool is a unique, separate, set apart one from those 3. It's only available if you get a ticket. And if you have a ticket, you get a share. If there's 2 tickets, it's split 2 ways. That's the only way into that pool is through a ticket. And a ticket is given to anyone who stakes 4,000 Blaze in the first year maximum term. That's 1 ticket. So if just me and Josh stake 1 ticket, we get 50% of this pool. But there's 2 other ways access into this pool. And that's the Blaze NFT, which will be launched in the future. And if you hold 28 of these NFTs, it's 1 ticket. And also there's also going to be a diamond NFT, which just requires 1 for you to hold at day 888, and there you are. That's your ticket. So Blaze, that's what I said. It's very, very, very simple. You come with ETH, you participate in a daily auction, you get your allocation of tokens dependent on how much participants came into the the auction, and this happens every day. It's simple. You get and you claim your tokens, you sell them into the liquidity pool, or you stake them, or you just hold them, or you can provide liquidity. But
how many daily plays are available at the auction?
It's 8,888 a day. That decreases slightly to give incentive to early participants to get there.
And does that end and go to zero in like 1 year?
No, it will go to zero it goes to zero in 18 years.
Oh, so, okay, got you. So it'll okay.
The distribution of these 11 million tokens is during an 18-year period. So Blaze is simple.
Do you have like a halving happening every certain number of days?
We don't, but the mechanics closest to describe a halving, even though the token decreases every day, this is a bit complex, but to get into the staking pool, you stake your tokens and you get a share rate. But this share rate decreases every 8 days. And so what this has the consequence of is less Blaze is required in the future to have a greater share of the staking pool. And this is another aspect that we put in there to help with the longevity of the protocol. So we put the share rate in there to help with the longevity, and we put the 888-day pool to help with the longevity. Because when we put together all the tokenomics of Blaze, because you can make it anything you want. It's like it's a whiteboard and you can just do anything. But our specific reasons was for the success of the Blaze user and not anything else. It's a game. Some people are going to win and some people are going to lose. Like everything in crypto, it's player versus player. But we want the people who play the game to have the value, and the people who play the Blaze game to have the priority and the biggest chance of success. So no wastage outside. And that includes wastage burning Titan X, let's say, because anything you burn is waste. It's just a waste, and it just hurts the people in the protocol. So we've designed it for the success of the user, but indirectly it's going to help Titan X. And it does that by a percentage, which is 20% of the ETH goes in to buy Titan X in the Ethereum Titan X liquidity pool. And then the Titan X is brought, which pumps the Titan X price, and then the Titan X is taken to the Blaze Titan X liquidity pool and buys and burns Blaze. But what this has an effect of is helping Titan X without hurting the user of Blaze. So the best way to help Titan X is in the liquidity pool, is to help the price. The price goes up, people can sell, people can participate. Titan X, people want Titan X price to go up. Blaze is going to help the Titan X price go up. It's a big difference pumping the liquidity pool, helping the liquidity pool, than just taking in tokens. You take in loads and loads of tokens, it doesn't affect the liquidity pool at all. It just takes tokens off the market. And it's way more powerful to be, and you're putting tokens from one person into another person, and then tokens disappear. So and then that protocol, which burned 100% of the tokens and gave you another token, it's transferred no real value. And is it going to be a success long term? Probably not, because I've seen many like that not be success long term. Look at Zen Dodge. And so the more success Blazes long term will help the user be success. And if the user success and the protocols around long term, it's going to help Titan X price long term without hurting the user of Blaze. So that was our strategy. And
wow,
when we had the white canvas, and we're like, we want the Blaze user to be successful and not diluted at all, but we do want to help Titan X because we have bags in Titan X. We do want to help Titan X,
Yeah.
But we can help Titan X without hurting the Blaze user. So that's what we
awesome.
do.
Right on. Yeah, you guys have really thought through a lot of this just all this stuff. I mean, the Mo says the LP pairing is huge.
Yes. And this was a change, and me and Josh were discussing this. Just last month we changed it because we were going to do V3. And I know you don't do liquidity, but for people who know about V3, V3 is great. But with V3, what happens is you can collect fees from V3 without removing your liquidity. And a lot of people in a lot of protocols can make a lot of money. That's really how they make money. I think that's how Richard Hart made a lot of money, just through liquidity providing, because you can collect the fees from V3 just by people who are trading your token. When people launch a meme coin, they're collecting a ton of fees. The first day of Titan X, I was providing liquidity. It was massive amount of liquidity fees were taken. But with V3, liquidity stays in the pool, fees of it are extracted and can do what you want. In Titan X, they take the fees and they burn them, which is great. But I think for our protocol, we realized V2 is going to be better. V2, you can't extract the fees. To extract the fees, you have to pull the whole liquidity, and then your fees are in the liquidity. So the fees are being fed back to the liquidity pool on every trade, and it gradually.
Well, that sounds like compounding right there in the liquidity pool.
That's right. Compound the liquidity pool to make it thicker, because when you start a liquidity pool, the thickness doesn't change unless other people add liquidity. But let's say our liquidity that we start, Titan X's liquidity, has a channel, and that channel, you start with $100 billion, $1,000, and let's say 10,000 tokens. If $1,000 come to that liquidity pool, there's now 5,000 tokens and $2,000. And then another 2,000 comes in, now $4,000, and those tokens go to 2,500. So it goes like that, but the channel's still the same. If the sell pressure comes in, it's going to go down just as quick as it went up, because the thickness doesn't change unless someone else has added liquidity. But with a V2, the thickness is going to gradually increase. So we like that because we want a thick liquidity pool, and that's how we designed Blaze, is to have a thick liquidity pool. That's why the first $30,000 of ETH that comes in is paired with 14,000 Blaze, which is kind of a thick liquidity pool, because for the price for $30,000, if there's 14,000 Blaze tokens, for the first 7,000 are going to be given to the first 30,000 that buys that liquidity pool, which actually, the way liquidity pools work, will make the price go up like 4x. That's just how liquidity pools work. But
can we add Titan X to a Blaze liquidity pool? If we have Titan X, could we say, hey, we want to put 100%. Is that a thing?
100%, because our liquidity pairing is Titan X, and you could add your liquidity. You can create a V3 and just have a short range. But yeah, Titan X is our liquidity pool.
V3 liquidity pool pairing, and add Titan X, and somehow get fees.
Oh, absolutely. You'll always get fees. With a V2, it's like 0.3%, I think. But with
with V2, those fees go back into LP, but with V3, you can extract fees.
Exactly. So you can extract them with V2, but you have to pull the whole liquidity, and it's a bit awkward, and it's always full range. But V3 can do these different ranges and tight ranges.
That's really good. That's a good point. So there's very different reasons to go either V2 or V3. Specifically.
Yeah, ultimately, if a protocol wants to take the fees, even for their own, which is fine, just they want to have the fees for themselves, or they want to take the fees and buy and burn them. Or with V2, it just creates it a little bit thicker. The fees just stay there. It just gets a bit thicker. So absolutely, there's different strategy for different liquidity pools, whether it's V3 or V2.
Now this looks like you guys were doing the NFT. Is this happening after the Blaze launches? Is the NFTs?
Scotty, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, can do. Yeah. We was originally going to launch before Blaze, but we decided to. That's basically ready to go, but we decided to delay it and focus on Blaze. So this is going to launch a few weeks after Blaze. It's
okay, cool.
It's sort of a fantasy football, but for crypto. So it's quite clever the way it works. We don't want to focus too much on it. The main thing for Blaze is that within this you get the diamond NFTs as 88. So you might be lucky enough to mint one of those, and then you get one ticket into the 888-day pool. And then also as well, you can just go out and buy 28 of the NFT straight away to get yourself a ticket.
Is there a limited number of tickets?
Yeah, so there's just over 16,000 NFTs. So within that 16,000, obviously, some people will only buy one, so we can't say exactly how many how many tickets will be got out of that 16,000. But whatever 16,000 divided by 28 is, that's obviously the maximum amount of tickets that can be got by this way.
Okay. So cool. Yeah, this is pretty awesome, guys. I mean, you really thought through a whole bunch of stuff. So you guys want to do you want to show people the UI?
Yeah, let's do it.
Who wants to do? I'm gonna let you guys share a screen, or if you want me to share, if there's a place for me to go, or if you want to send me a link or something, I could do it. But
yeah, I can send you the link. Can you set your screen up so the URL doesn't show up at the in the stream?
Yeah, I think so. Let me actually just try. Hold on one second here.
Yeah, just touching back on the tickets as well. Actually, if you take 8,888 Blaze tokens for 365 days and divide that by 4,000, that's 800 tickets. So through the Blaze option, staking, there's 800 tickets, and then there's the amount that you can get through the Blaze Wars NFTs as well. So there's quite it's quite limited, to say the least.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to make this work. Let's see. What are we seeing right now? Okay, I think we're good. Let me just try something. Okay, yeah. I think that's it, right? Let me just type in.
Yeah, I've just put the link there.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I don't have the. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, that's cool. Scotty, you've been spending the most time out of everyone on this. I reckon you can walk us through it, buddy.
Ooh.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, that was great. Yeah, amazing. All right. Yeah. So walk us through this. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so normally, if you see under the summary, this is one thing we're waiting to get changed. Where it says the 0.2 ETH, it should show you how much Blaze and what your ROI is. It will do if you connect a wallet, but that will normally show up. So you've got on the left hand side, this is your auction. So this is where you're going to be putting ETH in to try and get Blaze. So as you can see there, it's set to one batch. And the power's set to 100, and that's you can mess about with the it goes as high as 20 ETH, or when you set them both to one, I think it's 0.002 ETH.
Okay, so right now it's 0.2 ETH for one, so we can also go 0.01 if we wanted to.
No. So if you leave that at one and put the power selection down to one, that's the lowest you can go in at. So the number of batches at one. Yeah, and power selection at one. Yeah, so that's the lowest. As you can see.
Okay, so people can get in with not even that much ETH.
Yeah. So it goes pretty.
And
pretty
you basically
low.
At this point, you get 1/100th of the power of one batch.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah. So one batch at 100 power is 0.2 ETH. So yeah, you're getting 1% basically.
And so this means at some point at the end of the day, you're going to know how much you're going to be able to claim at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it will show you.
It's always going to be different, right?
Yeah, so your return will show you, it'll say maybe if there's only a couple of people in, it'll maybe say 4,000 blaze. And as the day goes on and more people enter, the amount of blaze you get will change. And then at the end of the 24 hours, that's locked in and it'll be under your blaze claimable. At the bottom under the auction, it says blaze claimable. I have, say, maybe 1,000 ETH, 1,000 blaze, and you'll be able to just claim it there.
Okay, this is great. Looks familiar. I like it. So there's nothing here about. So this isn't every day. This is just change. This is every day.
Yeah,
right?
Every day, every 24 hours. At the end of the 24 hours, all the blaze is distributed from that 24 hours, and a new auction starts.
Cool. Okay, and then up here we have stake. You want to go to stake?
Yeah, we've got a stake. So obviously you've got your option when you get your blaze. You've got your option to.
Okay, so after you do this one day, time runs out. Blaze claimable. You claim your blaze. Now you have some blaze in your wallet. Now you come over here to stake. Yeah,
obviously you can either sell it into the liquidity pool, or you can stake it here. The max stake length 2888, as you can see there, and the minimum is 88 days.
And you can buy blaze on the open market if you don't want to auction to get to the auction. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So you can buy blaze straight away. Well, when the first $30,000 of ETH comes in, the liquidity pool will be formed with 14,000 blaze tokens. So from that point, you'll be able to buy blaze on the market.
Will you be able to buy blaze on the market using Titan X because there's a pairing, or no?
Yeah. That's what you'll be. That's what you'll use to buy it.
Okay, so you wouldn't be using. Could you buy it with ETH on the open market?
Eventually you would be able to, because more pools would open up. I'm assuming, Steve, is that right?
Okay.
But
so if you want to buy on the open market, you buy with Titan X. But if you want to participate in the auctions, you participate with ETH.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
I think if you buy through Uniswap, it'll route through, so you can still use ETH over blaze, and it'll just route through. Uniswap will just go straight through it to it'll swap to Titan X and then swap to.
Okay, so you could just go straight if you wanted to buy blaze with either ETH or Titan X, you could.
Yeah.
Without doing the auction.
It will always route through the Titan X pool, so it will always touch Titan X.
Sweet. Will there ever be a auction? No, there won't ever be an auction where we could use Titan X here. No, because that then you don't have the money being fed in for the unless people won Titan X and said they would rather win ETH. I got you.
Yeah. So it's 100% ETH to go into the auctions.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, guys, this looks so good. It's clean. Like it.
So as you can see on that page, if you're familiar with Titan X, it's a similar layout. As your pool fills up, you'll be told. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And that 88 day. That is an exciting day payout.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, this is actually looking at this. It's definitely simpler than when I was reading the white paper. I kind of there's so much behind the scenes that sometimes the white paper can get a little bit like overwhelming for normal crypto people to read. But I do always read the white papers. Doesn't always mean I understand them, but you guys have really helped me understand this a lot more. We didn't really talk about the buy and burn it all yet. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, Steve, I'm happy to talk about it, or do you want to pick up on that?
Oh, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. So the buy and burn, it's straight away it's going to be decentralized, so we're not going to be able to change it. So what we've done is we've set a daily cap. So as you can see, just below Connect Wallet on the right hand side under there, current cap per. can just about make it out because I'm on the phone. But basically, $100,000 a day cap for the buy and burn, buy and burning $4,000 at a time. So that will just allow the buy and burn to build up, but for us not to have to go in and tinker with how much. We're going to allow. We wanted it all to be just decentralized straight away, so that's how we're doing it. But we've also got the bonfires, which 20% of the ETH that's going into the buy and burn is saved up for certain days, which will be made public when that's going to happen. It's not going to be done on the sly or anything like that. So we will have these bonfire parties where a lot of Titan X is going to be taken off the market, and it will buy Blaze and then burn the Blaze.
Cool. All right. Sweet. Awesome, guys. This is amazing. All right. Now we got the tools. Yes, this is, guys, it's so clean, so usable. Yeah, I was expecting something a little bit more complicated, but this is like not complicated at all. It's just basically like, boom, what do you want to do? You want to join the auction? You want to stake? You want to see what you're going to be able to, get your reward? Check out the buy and burn, and people can trigger this, right? And that's why you say use the MEV blocker. So you don't want people to front run calling this function.
Exactly. Public can call that whenever it comes up for the 4,000. And another thing on the buy and burn, it's $4,000. But if the gas fees are high and it isn't worth it to the user, when the next time frame comes around, it will be up to $8,000. So then the incentive's higher. So again, if the gas is too high, the next time around it's $12,000. Eventually, it'll get to an amount where it's worth the user to go in and do the buy and burn.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is basically all decentralized. Like, there's probably some functions and stuff, but it sounds like you're trying to really just make this to be the user functions and stuff like that. Am I hearing that right? Or are you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our foundational things we want to do is fully decentralized. We have zero control, no parameters can be changed. Once launched, the market can decide anything, and the cards are thrown up in the air. They're going to land where they may. So we are spectators and participants, just as anyone else. So if there's a red candle, I'm going to be complaining too because I'm a participant and I can complain because we don't. What I mean is we don't have any control that this protocol is going to do apart from future building. But the actual protocol itself, 100% fully decentralized, including that buy and burn, which we understood that was a big thing the community desired. So that's why we did that.
Awesome. And then when you have your NFTs, are they going to be accessible from this tools or from this interface, or are we going to have a separate interface for the NFTs?
It's going to be on this interface. And another.
The NFTs are going to be part of Blaze, right? Is like going to be part of the game?
Yes, the NFTs are going to be useful for other projects too, because we have plans to launch Blaze on Pulse Chain and X1. So day one on X1, Blaze will be there. Pulse Chain, soon after, a few months or whatever, a certain time after we launch Titan Blaze will be we'll do another one on Pulse Chain. So we've got a trio of protocols lined up, and the NFTs the plan is that they should be useful in the other two too. Probably the 888-day pool, there'd be access to that on the other two protocols. So it's like a trio of protocols. And then Josh, we won't get into it, but he has a lot of ideas how to tie them together. So we're going to launch these three protocols and then tie them together. So the Blaze Titan X launch, the Blaze NFT launch, Blaze Wars, should be launched soon after Titan Blaze is launched. And then after and then it'll be explained the whole purpose of these NFTs, how you can get into the 888 of all of these trilogy of protocols. And then once that's done, there's going to be a few protocols tying them together, which is kind of Josh's area, but he won't get into it now, and he's lost his voice too, so it's going to be a lot of explaining.
I'll definitely struggle to get that out. For sure.
I don't really have a wallet ready to go here to connect. Do you guys want to show how a wallet can connect and show the ROI? If you guys want to do that, so you guys can share your screen. I think you just hit present.
Okay. Yeah, let me have I'll just connect up now.
And then when you do it, there's one option. Let me just tell you which option it is. It's the tab option. If you do the tab option, it doesn't show the address.
Okay.
We've got 82 people in the live stream right now. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for joining. We got Allie Kane that says, show some of the NFTs, lads. So if you guys want to, we'll talk about that. If you guys can show some of those for Allie. Let's see what we got. Mike Burton, what's going on? If you launch on Pulse Chain, what effect will Blaze Wars have on Pulse Wars? Won't this dilute Allie's project?
No, so Pulse Wars is a completely separate project. So Ali, who had a comment, and you see him on most of the streams, he's just not available today. He is, when he came into the Blaze team, he was already building Pulse Wars. And so it's a kind of a fork and a different purpose, but his Pulse Wars game is totally different and a separate thing. Go to pulsewars.io. Pulsewars.io. You'll see it. You can mint. You can participate. It's a very intricate game and exciting game, cool game with prize pools and all sorts of stuff. And that is completely separate. So it's not gonna be anything to do with Blaze or Blaze Wars.
And we won't be launching Blaze Wars on Pulse Chain. It will only be launched on Ethereum.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw Pulse Wars. Yeah, right. I didn't look into Pulse Wars as much, but yeah, Ali, if you want to do something on that, let me know at some point. But I did see it launch. So and you guys were doing some partnerships with like Titan Legends and stuff like that too, I think. So there's more to the story there. I'd love to know that story at some point, Ali.
Ali was teaming up with a few different people, wasn't it? For Pulse Wars. Yeah.
For the Pulse Wars, yeah.
Cool.
And by the way, Blaze Wars is completed. We just decided not to launch it first because it's more powerful if we just focus on Blaze. So Blaze Wars is a completed project. It's done. Just ready to press the button and we go.
Awesome.
So we've got 16,000 unique NFTs designed by mostly Scotty and Josh, and we have other things, but they are really, 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 really. I have a really, really top designer basically, and they're selecting the ones and telling them to redo. But we have this top designer who designed 16,000 unique NFTs, and they are really cool. I mean, I would even want to mint them just to have an NFT. A picture. I'm not even into NFTs. Not even big into NFTs, but
I'm not either until Rudy came on the scene with Titan Legends. That was the first NFT I ever bought, and I was stoked. Eventually that'll be a hybrid too. But then my other NFTs were chonks. Well, actually, I did get some Dragon X hybrids. So I have way more NFTs than I ever thought I would have right now. I've never really thought I would ever have NFTs, and I have basically every NFT that Rudy started. I bought those. So, but I'm stoked on your guys' NFTs too. So how do we buy those? So when the NFTs come out, are they going to be mintable with Titan X or with ETH?
This is something that we need to talk about and think what's the best thing. So
Okay,
we,
cool.
we wanted to do, originally it was just going to be Titan X, but one of the reasons we didn't launch it for Titan X initially is because we would have to absorb, like, I think it was like 80% of all, I don't know, because this is something that Ali kind of focused on, but I think it was like 80% or something of the entire liquid supply of Titan X for our, if they wanted to buy up all our NFTs. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think it could have been done. So we didn't launch it. And that's one of the reasons. We need to think if it's even possible to launch a Titan with getting Titan X or a combination. But yeah, that's something for the future. The focus is all on Blaze.
Yeah, let's focus on Blaze. I mean, I just love that you already have and it's already finished. It's it's ready to go. Like let's focus on Blaze. Let's get this launched. Just, guys, play. Obviously none of this is financial advice, anybody listening, but this is just fun stuff that awesome builders are just building, putting their own time, effort, and money into building stuff that everybody can use. So
absolutely. And the best thing in crypto is have your main bag, and I would recommend Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but especially I'm big on Solana. That and or Pulse Chain maybe. I just say Solana. That's me. 80-90% in these big ones, and then you have your degen bag, 10-20%,
right.
And Blaze is your degen play. It's your degen bag, and you put in there. But we have that's my thoughts, and then we have eight guys, and they have different thoughts of portfolio and what to do, and I don't know if some are even 100% degen in the Blaze team. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they are, but that's it.
We got Rain Man saying there's no SAC, no ICO, no VCs. It's true DeFi.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, right on.
True DeFi. But yeah, it's that's exactly it. That's a big.
So, well, let's say, so what do you guys want to leave the audience with here? We saw your awesome UI. We got the idea of it's a lot simpler. The behind, you guys are being very vulnerable and showing everybody what the whole behind the scenes is with the white paper. You could really get the idea of the entire workings of everything. But also it's simple on the user face. Do you want to join the daily auction? If you do, you use some ETH. And after you claim your Blaze tokens, you can choose what you want to do. You either get to stake them or not. And if you stake them, you have opportunities to see. That might be interesting too. If you could, I don't know if you could mint NFTs with Blaze tokens, but that's probably not. I mean, that would be a different part of the game if you did something like that, or maybe it would be a different NFT. Maybe you could do a hybrid NFT where Blaze tokens paired with a certain small number of NFTs. I don't know. The hybrid thing is just so interesting. But what you guys are doing is you're creating a foundation that's a game that people can join every 24 hours. It's refreshed, brand new. People can win real ETH, and then also, not really. It's not really win. It's kind of just. It's not really winning ETH, is it? It's more like. It's an auction, but that's not really winning. You're participating in an auction, so you might be able to. I guess you're winning an auction, depending on how many people.
You're kind of competing for your share of that auction. So
competing. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it is kind of winning is maybe a right word. But anyways, it's a fun game. Everybody can play with cool rewards. Never put in what more than you're willing to lose, but you guys are giving people value, and then the staking, and then the NFTs are opening it up to where it's basically build on Blaze now. It's like you build this and launch this. Now it's like, okay, now we got build on Blaze. So it's like NFTs on Blaze, like whatever else happens after that. You're building a foundation that is really for longevity because you have the 8888 day, or wait, 888 day pool, and that gives us 7 years of
waiting. 7 years of waiting. And maybe 888 is going to be in the beginning of the next bull market. So what is in that pool might even be higher. I mean, it's going to be, that's one of the reasons we're kind of keen on that. And originally it's going to be even longer. It's going to be 1888, you know.
Cool.
It's kind of interesting to see what the next crypto cycle is going to be like. And one thing that Josh wanted me to mention is we talked about the liquidity pool. We've talked about a lot of stuff, but the liquidity pool is going to be live for 72 hours after being decentralized. And so the first auction is for 3 days. And then 3 days of auction tokens are given out all at once. And then it's every 24 hours onto the next 18 years, every 24 hours. But a special time is this first 3 days.
Okay.
Just the only way to get Blaze is to buy on market. And then
for the first 3 days, the only way to get Blaze is to buy on market.
Yeah, and participate in the auctions to get the bumper distribution after 3 days, which is like 26,500 tokens for the first 3 day auctioneers. But yeah, so that's a unique bit of game theory put in, and we'll release it like a bird and see how it flies.
And you guys are really close to launching that or to announcing the date, but you're waiting on the audits to fully come through.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
and how will you let people know?
We're hopefully going to be invited back on yours and have another announcement.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
A big announcement,
great, guys. What's that?
Yeah. We just have a big announcement, and we just.
All right. I'm down for big announcement. I like big announcement. Yeah, this is great, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Scotty or Bad Sports, you guys got any? Steve, you guys got anything you want to end with?
For me, just to I'm going to drop the links to the Telegram and the Twitter in the chat, and make sure everyone shares that, and make sure you're following the Twitter, because a lot of the announcements are going to be on there over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for your time. It's been good. Looking forward to speaking to you again next time.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Well, hey,
stick
around for 1 second. I'm gonna end this stream. Until next time, you guys are amazing. Crypto Awesome out.